Everybody, and welcome to episode number 144 of the Unknown Games Podcast. I'm your host, Adrian, and as always, I'm joined with my co-host, Alex, who's freshly back from, I assume, a workout, fresh from a workout?
Yeah.
Man's keeping up off of the fast food.
That's not true. I'm eating so much. I eat a lot of fast food. I think I like work out so that I can be like, I deserve some chicken nuggets or whatever.
That you know what? That's a really good motive, and
it's dangerous though. It's like good. Honestly, yeah. I mean, for anyone who is legitimately working out and trying to lose weight and stuff like that, one of the worst things you can do for yourself is be like, oh, I earned this ice cream. I know you're just setting yourself don't do it.
Hey, if you earned it, it's all you. It's all you.
It's fine. Yeah, eat the ice cream then. Yeah.
Everyone, thanks for joining in. We're of course this is the Unknown Games Podcast, where we talk about video games, our lives here in Japan, and of course the occasional fast food, which we talked about just a little bit right there. And we are happy to be here. I don't know how else to describe it. It's a Monday here in Japan.
Are you really happy to be?
I'm always happy to be here on this podcast.
Oh yeah, me too. Yeah.
And if you're listening, via Google Play, or I always say Google Play because that's the one I listen on, but any podcasting service, iTunes, Spotify, honestly, thank you for listening there. Go ahead, leave a 3 to 5 star review. We don't accept anything lower. And if you are watching on YouTube, watching our beautiful faces or handsome faces, go ahead and subscribe to the channel and leave a like on this video if you like what you see.
Yes. But even if you also don't like what you see, just
go ahead.
Like it anyways, yeah.
Yeah, just go ahead, because eventually you will. If you see something enough times, you'll develop something for it. I don't know. That's what they say.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, today's show, we've got a good one for you, everyone. Of course, we said it last week on the show. Goku and crew. Goku, Vegeta, I think Beerus, and then also Bulma are now in Fortnite in their whatever this chaotic world we're living in now. This is happening. It has happened, and it's actually been. You know what? This has been one of the best collaborations that they've done. People were freaking out with Star Wars and Marvel when that happened, and DC, but I arguably think that this is even larger than those collaborations that happened back then.
In what way? In terms of how it's been introduced, or in culturally, you think Dragon Ball is more significant than Star Wars? Because I think that's a hot take right there.
That is a hot take right there. I think just how it was introduced and the fact that it's very even after all the zaniness we've had in Fortnite, that something could still come along to just make us go, what? And even it's the most requested. It's like Sora in Fortnite, not Fortnite.
In Kingdom Hearts.
In
Sora in Fortnite.
Snap.
Oh, that's the next. Yeah.
Oh gosh. So we're gonna be talking about what we want to see next, or who we think will be coming next, and then after that, we've also got some collaboration. Well, not collaborations, but we've got some things with Sega going on in terms of maybe making some more movies from their IPs outside of Sonic.
Yeah.
So, without further ado, let's go ahead, hop into the show. I'm sorry, but Fortnite, come on, man. I mean, so here's my first question: are you any more likely to play yourself some Fortnite after seeing this? Because I was tempted, and I'm not even tempted. I am tempted to buy one of these characters.
You're tempted to put down some money for some V-Bucks? That's a good question. That's funny. I've been getting hounded by some people that I play games with, that I stream with, to play Fortnite with them, right? Join the squad. I'm like, I don't want to play Fortnite.
It's fun.
Yeah, I don't want to play Fortnite.
It's fun.
But Fortnite is fun?
It's fun. Like every time I've played Fortnite, I played with the Naruto collaboration, and I played when they introduced Zero Build, and just messing around in that. It's kind of weird. It's hard to take, for at least coming from Apex, it's hard to take the game seriously. It's just
I think it's hard to take the game seriously just in for a lot of reasons. Number one, visual style, and just a lot of it. Yeah. No, I mean, so I keep getting asked to play, but with the stipulation that they're like, oh, we don't play normal Fortnite. We only play no build mode.
Yeah,
They won't even touch like normal
I
Fortnite.
I think that's what a lot of people. That's what it is now. Like I mean, no one likes playing the build mode except for the people who are really good at it, and that's what kept a lot of people out of it. But once they went zero build, hey, this is permanent. This is here to stay.
It's just
It
like a third
changed the
person
game.
shooter at this point.
Yeah, yeah. And it got. I mean, it got me to play it at least to finally try it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think watching some clips of Fortnite right after the collab went live, it really struck me in the same way that weird, what's the word, like mods, like early, like in the, what is it, like the, what era, I'm trying to get my bearings straight. I guess it was the mid to the late 90s when like Quake mods were a thing on PC. I don't want to like make myself seem like super old, but um back when games on PC were like super moddable, you could just like do whatever the fuck you wanted, I guess. I mean, even now there's some wild ass mods, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But this really reminded me of some Quake mods, because did we talk about this on the podcast, or maybe I mentioned it on stream or whatever. But at this point, Fortnite, in terms of all the collaborations that are now in the game,
Yep, yep.
really feel like an official Mugen. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. Like Mugen back in the day used to be this joke fighting game. I mean, it's actually fun.
Do you want to
fighting game, but
explain? Do you want to explain what Mugen is to anyone who's too young to know what Mugen
to
is?
know what it is. So after Smash came out, there was this thing where Mugen was essentially like an emulated. Was it on Neo Geo? I don't even remember what it was on.
No,
It's not an official game. It's not a
it's
real
like an
game.
engine.
It's just
It's like an engine. It's like a fighting game engine that someone made and
and then
put out
people
on the
just
internet.
put everybody in there. I mean,
And the
anyone was
idea
fair game.
the idea is that you could use Mugen to make your own fighting game. You do make your own like sprites, and you make your own move sets and your own animations, and you make your own fighting game using Mugen, right?
Right, right, right.
But what people ended up doing
They just added a
is
bunch of characters.
they would just like rip sprites from other games, rip stages from other games, rip whatever from wherever, and would just put them into a game. So you would have, fucking like Goku fighting Nobuyu, or from Street Fighter, or like anyone, honestly, anyone fighting
It
anyone.
was mainly
Like,
some anime characters. I ain't gonna lie. It was mainly the anime K, but or
yeah, and
type.
I mean, I when I was playing Mugen, it was always like fighting. It was like it was the unofficial CVS versus, but before CVS was actually a real thing, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So Capcom characters fighting SNK characters fighting KOF characters. Well, that's SNK, sorry.
That's just SNK versus Capcom.
Yeah, sorry.
versus
So
SNK,
yeah,
you know?
SNK versus Capcom versus like Mortal Kombat or whatever. And then of course when I also did a bunch of Dragon Ball ones, so it was like
Yeah.
Dragon Ball characters fighting other Dragon Ball characters. But that was Mugen. It's like a 2D fighting game engine. So when I see Fortnite now, it's like that level of wackiness.
What?
But in an official capacity.
It's
You know what I mean?
bizarre. I mean, so we got Ninja on stream. Well, I mean, his VOD. We're watching Ninja's VOD right now, and just seeing him
playing as
roll,
Goku.
like literally just as Goku jumping in a taxi, and then jumping out of it, shooting someone, and then jumping up to do a Kamehameha to finish him off. Like, bro, why did you even need to shoot them in the first place? But there's so many more crazier
It's
stories.
so weird shit. Yeah,
I
like I've
remember
seen
you-
clips of. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I remember you telling me like you saw a clip of like Goku web slinging over to an area and then like shooting someone and then finishing them off
using
with a lightsaber
using a
or something.
lightsaber.
Like,
Yeah.
what?
And it's
what
real,
is this?
and it's not even
real.
it's not even a
And it's
mod or
real.
anything. That's not even someone's fantasy. It just fucking happened. This is a real game that
It
you
is-
can play right now.
It's a real game, and so like
Yeah.
honestly, like I mean. So this collaboration started, and I guess on like the 16th of August in the year of our Lord 2022, the craziness. And there's a couple different modes. I mean, there's a couple different things that you can do in it. It's not just their skins, but you can collect the Dragon Balls. And you can also do a thing where you got mounts that you can get on Shinron. You can
Wait,
like I said,
Shenron's a mount?
Shinron is a mount along with the Nimbus Cloud.
Okay, yeah, I see the Nimbus. I knew that was a thing. Yeah, the golden Nimbus. Yeah.
And then of course you've got this is honestly like strange, not too strange. I don't know. You can watch episodes of Dragon Ball Super in Fortnite.
In the game, yeah.
In the game, yeah, just like
I
in
think
the game.
that's similar to when you could watch like a Marshmallow concert like in the game.
That
Kind
is
of.
very true. Like it's, and I mean, we talk about this idea of the metaverse. A lot of people do, and the name, the one thing no one really throws out is Fortnite being at this point that place. I mean,
I
it's
feel like at this point Fortnite could feasibly, give it like 3 more years of wacky collabs, and honestly maybe.
yeah, they really, I mean, they, gosh, they really could. I mean, it's just something where I don't know.
Like
Maybe for like,
yeah,
I
it's
mean, like if you,
like
I was gonna say, just growing up with this, what do you even like? Kids growing up with this, what does that do to their perception of what? I don't even know, man.
oh, like what Dragon Ball was supposed to be, or
Or just like in general, like this, like if this is the norm for somebody, like
as a kid growing up, you mean? Yeah, like
yeah, as a
how
kid growing up,
how anything could just end up in this one, on its
for
platform essentially,
yeah,
right?
for us, it's like this is like, oh snap,
Wacky. This is wacky
wacky,
shit.
anything is possible now. For them, it's like, oh, these new characters came in. Oh, this is new. Oh, this is kind of cool, you know?
Oh, it's like, oh, it's from
Yeah,
this
it's
Japanese anime.
right, right.
Yeah.
Um, but anyways,
Um,
yeah, continue.
so for me, like when Naruto first came, that at that point to me, I was just like, oh, fucking anything is possible. Like honestly didn't think that Naruto was ever gonna to me that collab was insane because
Yeah,
if you have ever worked with a Japanese company
company.
in terms of like licensing or image representation or brand protection, you know what I mean?
I mean, I was gonna say not even if you've worked with this, and I guess some people might not remember back in, early 2000s or whatever, just getting the license to do even like characters in X amount of, in like a crossover game, or just how much
Yeah, yeah.
stuff we would miss out on in the West just because we couldn't get licenses.
We
for
couldn't
it.
get the licensing for it, yeah.
Yeah,
So if you ever worked with a Japanese company, you would know how protective they can be about their properties. Oh, you can't say this about this character on the internet. You can't, if you're gonna promote our our brand or whatever, you have to do it in this way. You what's the word? You can say these words, but you can't say these words. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah. Everything has like official terminology. Goku goes to find the Dragon Balls. They're not Star Balls. They're not like
Or
it,
like,
it just
for
what is what it
example,
is. You know?
this yeah, for example, like if we were to promote Dragon Ball in this capacity, we would say like, oh, Goku, like collect the Dragon Balls in Fortnite or whatever. And let's say we made Dragon Ball one word, like
It's
they
two
would
words.
like Toei might like come back and be mad because, oh, it's 2 words, it's not 1 word, it's 2 words, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. Which is
Or like, or if we use a screenshot of Goku holding a gun, they would be like, you can't do that. Like Goku doesn't hold guns. You can't. You know what I mean? Like,
and that's very true. Like when you go back and look at just the actual trailer, the introduction trailer, they introduce it as a episode, like an episode. Like Goku's come to this island. He's training people. They're here.
but
They're
he's
gonna
never
fight,
holding a gun or anything.
He never
Yeah.
holds a gun. I think Naruto actually might have some gameplay with a gun. I can't remember.
Oh, in the promo,
in their
like when
yeah, in
they.
their promo, but like yeah, Goku, he's just there. I mean, he's doing his thing. Like it's honestly like this real fun place that people are hanging out in doing a
Yeah.
tournament. But like you said, you don't see Goku with the gun.
Yeah. So I didn't think Naruto would have him because like I would figure that who owns it's Shueisha, right?
So all of this is owned by Shueisha, but and I'm curious to see if this was actually brought together by the Western side, which would be Viz Media.
As opposed to
yeah,
Toei.
To like if they said like, hey, we've got this collaboration, Epic Games is this company, this is a great opportunity, or if it was like from the Japanese side actually reaching out like, hey, our fans might actually want to play this in Fortnite because Switch, a lot of young Japanese kids have Switches, and maybe that's.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see who made it first, who
Because
asked
I've
for
heard,
this.
I've never worked at like Sega or anything, but I have heard stories about like Sega's Western, and you know how Sonic the Hedgehog is on Twitter, right? The Western,
Unleashed. He's unleashed.
Yeah. So I've heard I've heard stories of like Sega US in terms of their social media. They like, oh, they wanted to do this thing or they wanted to say this thing or whatever, but they had to get it approved by Japan, the Japan side, and Japan would be like, no, you can't do that, or no, we don't do that. Sonic doesn't say that, or something like that. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's always like a struggle between like, and just like Japan being extremely protective of the license and that kind of stuff. So I didn't think Naruto would happen on Fortnite when it did, and then I certainly didn't think Toei, if it was Toei, to give the okay.
Yeah.
I didn't think Toei would be like, oh yeah, Goku can be in Fortnite and hold a gun and throw lightsabers and fight Ariana Grande. You know what I mean? Like I just didn't think.
It's yeah. I mean, like it's just one of those things where it's amazing that they pulled it off, and I don't know how long this deal took.
It could have been in the works for a long time. Actually, we had no
Yeah,
idea.
yeah. I mean, we know like for Smash, Sakurai was talking to they had to rope things in with Disney and Square and all that stuff.
Oh yeah, and then Disney. Yeah, and then I think when finally Sora came to Kingdom Hearts, they had to modify the stage. I think they had to pull Goofy and Donald out of the stage.
I think Goofy and are they in his final Smash? No, they're not. Right?
No, they're not. They're
not.
Yeah.
And then his Keyblade doesn't have the Mickey Mouse.
Yes,
like
yeah.
The key
they had
ring
to,
on it. Yeah.
You know that they. I bet you that the first iteration of all the Sora stuff had all that stuff
had
in
everything
it.
on it, yeah.
Yeah, and they're like, oh, we can't do this. Like Disney says no, or this guy, this dude from Disney said.
And that's like a harmless collab. That's that's harmless. It's not whether he's holding a gun or anything. This is completely because like Goku. I don't know if Goku ever held a gun in Dragon Ball Z. I think in Dragon Ball he did.
Yeah, guns are in Dragon Ball. Like the famous. The opening first episode of Z with the farmer trying to fight Raditz, right?
Yeah.
And there's just guns all over the series. I think Red Ribbon Army for an instant, right?
Yeah, Red Ribbon.
Yeah,
they always got it. Mai and I forgot Homeboys, the dog.
Yeah, but I don't think Goku himself would have a gun or whatever. But I think so. The topic that that I want to talk about now is like now that like obviously Goku or Dragon Ball is now in Fortnite. Let's imagine that this like breaks the doors wide open for like whatever fucking collab is possible. Assuming like there is no like limit, who do you want to see in Fortnite? Like what would your dream collab be for this zany fucking game?
I mean, I'm an anime fan, so and it's kind of weird because like it's a game where there are guns, so I'm thinking like a character that would use them naturally, but kind of like in a outrageous kind of style, like Hellsing, like Alucard from Hellsing. That's a little overkill, right? It's overkill because that dude, he busts out everything. But I want to go wild with it like that. I want a kind of crazy cool character that actually does wield guns. I want like an actual dude, or like
it's like not weird if they hold a gun or anything.
It's not weird if they hold a gun, or even someone like the dude from Equilibrium, with gun kata. That would be kind of cool, just because. But it's like that's very niche, right? That's niche. In terms of like crazy stuff, I think we have to go with like Nintendo. Man, that's a Nintendo character. That's mind blowing. If Mario ever made it into this, or Kirby, shit, give me Kirby. Give my man Kirby.
Pretty weird, yeah.
Yes, Kirby.
Okay, all right. So I said Dragon Ball is probably gonna be pop because Toei is. I don't think anyone from Toei is listening to our podcast, but they've been known to be pretty. What's the nicest way I can put this? Uptight, I guess, with their.
I mean, we've seen like was it Brazil or South America?
Yeah, they sued like the city or something.
The city because they like showed like one of the final arcs or whatever of like the super tournament out in like a town square kind of thing. And of course, there's the unfortunate thing where someone who was honestly reviewing.
Oh, on YouTube, right?
On YouTube, yeah. Just like
and they like struck
their
him.
Opinion.
Oh my god, yeah, and they like copyright struck him to hell, right?
And this is not like it's not like they did this once, like when he just started.
They did it many times.
They did it many times, and this dude is this was his living. This is what he did. It's not like this isn't anything new.
So So this is the same. That's the thing. This is the Toei that like copyright struck a YouTuber to hell because he was reviewing Dragon Ball or something, right?
Yeah.
So that's why when I was like, there's no like Toei would never do it. They would never, and they did it. So.
It was, I mean, and it's the same thing. I think honestly, I think Nintendo is very close to this because I don't think it's weird. I could say, Bowser could be in this game.
Okay,
I feel like Bowser could.
Okay, so I think Toei is like a level, like, they're like a certain level in terms of like, you can't do that with a property, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I feel like above that is Nintendo, and even above that is Disney.
Is Disney? Yeah.
So like I don't. Okay.
I think fair game, Bandai Namco. Anything in a Bandai Namco, son. Gundams, fair game.
Gundams would fit decently well.
Gundams fair game. I can see that.
Just like shrink them down, right? Just shrink them
You
down.
could do the SD. Yeah, they have SD Gundams already.
Oh, the SD, yeah,
the
SD
super
would
deformed
work
ones.
great. Yeah,
just give
yeah,
them some SD Gundams. Have Armoro and some of the pilots in there. That's easy clap right there. That's easy.
Yeah, yeah, SD would work. But okay, so Nintendo, yes or no? Would they ever do it?
I'm gonna say no. Oh. I'd say no, unless this was actually owned by them. I don't think
you never think you're gonna see
really...
like Samus. You know.
Ooh. What is that? What do they get out of it though? That's the thing.
What does Nintendo get out of it?
What does Nintendo get out of this?
That's the question. Nintendo, I feel like, is already so big. Well, we could say this. We could say that about Star Wars. Like, oh, Star Wars doesn't need the promotion. There's Star Wars, or you know, God forbid, like, what else is in there? Fucking anything's in there. Like
Marvel, DC.
Yeah. Does Dragon Ball need a promotion? Right.
I guess technically it is promoting them. Yeah, I guess so.
You go to any person on the street. They don't even need to be an anime fan, and you can ask them, "Have you ever heard of Dragon Ball?" Probably.
Well, the timing of this actually is coinciding with the release
with the movie, right?
Of Dragon Ball superheroes in the U.S. Yeah. And I don't know if that was, I mean, it's not too far fetched to think it's non-intentional or intentional. Yeah. Nintendo, man, it's kind of crazy because Nintendo just likes doing their own thing with themselves.
You think Nintendo has truly nothing to gain from a Fortnite collab? You think no one's going to be like, this was fun, now I'm going to play Breath of the Wild too?
I think if they were to do it, it would be with a Samus or one of the like not as larger characters, Olimar
like,
from
what about Splatoon Inkling
Pikmin
or something?
Those motherfuckers could be in there for real.
But it'd be so weird to see an Inkling with a real gun and not a fucking paint gun. You know what I mean? Like, that's weird.
What if they shot paint though? What if like all the guns they picked up shot
whenever
paint?
you played as an Inkling, it would be paint?
Oh, that would be amazing.
That would be kind of cool.
Man.
I think that would be, if anything, that would be a good compromise. Like, okay, an Inkling can be in Fortnite, but anytime they pick up a gun, it changes to the paint gun.
It changes to the paint gun, yeah. That honestly, I mean, what do you think? You think Nintendo would ever do it?
Here's the thing. I want to say no, but obviously I've been proved wrong twice. So
you want to say?
I don't think so either. But like, if let's say I wake up tomorrow and you message me and you're like, oh, Splatoon collab because Splatoon 3 comes out in 2 weeks, I'd be like, oh, all right, I guess here we go. So.
Here's the thing. The more Japanese companies that get in on this, because honestly, up until now, it's been a lot of Western-centric companies. And even someone in my chat brought up this amazing idea, and I was like, what? This person is from India, and they realized, they're like, I like playing Fortnite. It's not as popular here as it is in other parts of the world, but I would love to see like an Indian, like a Bollywood star or someone from like who's famous in my region in this game.
To show up. And
I was thinking like, if that happened, Fortnite starts adding like famous people from other regions into the game. That's the next level. That's a new level of bringing other people into the game in terms of like an audience, but really just making the game feel like it's a it's worldwide accepted thing.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think Bandai Namco, One Piece. One Piece is typically
I feel like One Piece is next. Honestly, I honestly think One Piece is next. Like Naruto, Dragon Ball, like back in the late early 2000s,
97.
Yeah. So the early 2000s up until the late 2010s, the Jump 3 was One Piece, Naruto, and Bleach?
No, don't say Bleach.
What? No, who is?
But no, I think technically, it is Naruto, and it's Naruto, One Piece, and was DBZ actually still going? I think at that time
DBZ ended earlier, but
why am I? It might have been Bleach. It might have.
It was
Bleach
might have
been
Ichigo. The big three, right? The big jump, right?
They stayed around for God knows too long.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say fucking Death Note or something. That would
Death Note's part of like, so that era, like 97 to 2010 ish jump. That's gold era jump. call it Golden.
Yeah, I agree. And Death Note is part of that, but I'm not gonna say
They're not
Death
part
Note.
of the big three. No, they're not.
No, they were huge. Don't get me wrong. Death Note is extremely popular, but they weren't the big three, right? The big three. If I'm not mistaken,
That's the
it is
big three.
Bleach, One Piece.
That's the Naruto, Bleach, and One Piece. Yeah.
So One Piece, I honestly think is next, and after that, it's feasible to think Bleach would be next. I mean, the last season of Bleach is airing this fall.
Yeah, Bleach could definitely be next. I would honestly say Hunter fits in this really
well.
well.
Hunter would be really good too. Sorry, I'm just thinking of Ichigo fucking saying Bankai. He pulls out a gun.
Just pulls out Bankai.
It's a gun.
Pulling out this gun, man.
Oh my god.
There's so much that they could pull from that era because really, like, they call it Golden Jump because they had Naruto, One Piece, Bleach, Hunter x Hunter, Death Note. There's probably there's a couple more, but that's all in one. Toriko's after that.
Toriko wasn't that big, right? Toriko wasn't that big,
but it was big. It was big here, I would say, but it was fairly big. But that was all like one issue. Like that's why it was so crazy.
Yeah,
now you get like three.
Jump was like so fucking. I think like early 2000s up until like 2010 maybe 2012 possibly. Jump was like insane. Jump was like
insane, man.
Yeah.
Like, and of course like Yu Yu Hakusho would be in here. That would be hype. But I mean those are all Jump properties. Get us some Sailor Moon in here.
Yeah, we're all saying Jump stuff, but like if the sky's the limit. If the sky's the limit, like mine is Nintendo though. Like Sailor Moon would be a good. I keep saying this. I'm like, oh, Hatsune Miku. Fucking put Miku.
Yeah, she needs to
Rin.
be.
Yeah, Miku, Rin, Len, and what's her face?
Megumi? Oh no, not Megumi, but oh gosh, why am I
Luca? Yeah, Luca. Yeah, Luca.
What? Why am I branking on?
And Kaito is there if you want to count Kaito.
Homegirl's name, anyways. Those would be that would be good.
Yeah, Hatsune Miku would be so fucking insane.
Miku would be sick, and of course, like they would have a concert thing for.
Yeah,
it'd just be weird because Miku has never held anything outside of a microphone,
other than like leaks or whatever, right?
Outside of leaks, I mean, unless we go into like one of the other versions of Miku, like a Black Rock Shooter or something, or from the music video, any type of thing like that. Those are all really good, and I think honestly, maybe it takes something like that for Nintendo to kind of consider this.
I think once other Japanese companies start, joining the madness that is Fortnite, that would make Nintendo more likely. But I think Nintendo's very stubborn in many, many ways, right?
Yeah. 20 years later, we'll get it. We'll get it.
Yeah, something like that. So Nintendo would be, I'd say almost impossible. Disney, I think, is like the fucking, Disney would never.
Disney, I think the reason for Disney and Nintendo, the reason they wouldn't do it is because they just make their own.
Yeah,
they just have like their own
I agree,
kind of service where they do it with their own because they have enough of these characters. I mean, we've seen it with Smash having 70 something characters, and most of those are just Nintendo owned properties.
Yeah, and like a third of them is Fire Emblem.
A third of them is Fire Emblem. Freaking Fire Emblem.
Yeah.
Not again. But it's very true. I think that would be like a reasoning that they could kind of do. We have our own thing. We don't need to really mess with the others.
So what other anime or manga would you want to, or I guess Hatsune Miku is not a manga or anime, but I think it seems possible for some weird reason. I don't know why.
That's a good property because it's a really good property. I'm trying to think. I mean, who else, man? Your boy Kirito and Asuna and the crew. They probably be in there.
Okay, you know what? That actually does seem pretty likely. You're right.
All these motherfuckers who actually do belong in here.
I can truly imagine fucking Kirito. It just works. You know what I mean? It's just so fucking dumb.
There's too. I'm like looking around my room. I'm like, oh yeah.
Well, have you played? There's a Gun Gale online game. Did you play that or see any footage of it?
No.
It works. It fucking works.
It works.
You could just transplant the. Yeah, it's already a third-person shooter. It's already a third-person shooter with traversal mechanics. They have a grappling hook, so it's not quite the same, but you can already traverse quickly in it.
I think we see more of these on the Japanese side if Bandai Namco gives in, because I think Bandai Namco publishes most of the anime games. They publish Dragon Ball, of course. They publish One Piece, and I think they are the ones who publish SAO games here.
Mm-hmm.
They're the main publisher for a lot of these kind of anime series. And then of course Sega, right? That's gonna give us the Hatsune Miku and freaking Sonic the Hedgehog with a gun. Shadow the
Sonic works.
Sorry,
yeah,
I
Sonic
yelled
works.
in my mic. Shadow the Hedgehog. Done.
Hmm.
Done. This is too much fun.
Sonic honestly works, yeah. But Bandai Namco would be like, you could also put Tails characters in there.
Yeah, Tails characters.
Tekken.
Tekken.
Hey, because we already have Street Fighter, right?
We already, yeah, you know what? We already have Street Fighter, so let's go ahead, round up our SNK homies, round up our
CVS3
our
right
Tekken
here.
peeps.
Yeah, Capcom wouldn't give me CVS3, so we put it in Fortnite.
So we now have Capcom versus SNK versus Tekken versus
This is
Mortal
fucking
Kombat. I think Scorpion and them are here. I want to say.
Serious? Really?
I'm gonna have to look this up.
You could be bullshitting me, and I'd be like, I would just believe you.
That's the craziest part. I really could be just telling a lie.
Yeah, because like fucking Ariana Grande is in the game, and like if you went back in time and you're like, yeah, Ariana Grande is gonna be fighting Goku, with Thanos, I'd be like, fuck you. Like, what drugs do you want? That's real. So,
I mean, and those things are, well, I mean, they are what they are. Ariana Grande, and I think that was the main reason they started doing those sort of collaborations, was to promote that, hey, you can have Fortnite concerts here in Fortnite. I don't know if MK was in Fortnite. It is not there. It is not there.
okay.
But could you imagine them just walking around doing a fatality at the end? Like that's the kill animation.
Like instead of oh my god, yeah.
Get him. Finish him. Oh, that's a little too crazy. Fortnite needs to make this happen.
I mean, they give it like 4 years and anything. Like, I'm curious, honestly. I'm legitimately curious. Like, where do we go from here? Where do we go from here? Like, I don't think they're gonna continue to work on like Japanese franchises. I mean, because us being anime fans and game fans, we kind of get the most excited about anime collabs, right?
Right.
But I think that what's next after Dragon Ball probably is going to be some kind of like, could be like another Marvel thing, could be any kind of Western thing.
Well, we did have you did see John Cena was the next right after this, right?
Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah,
he's already in it. I mean, like literally the same week or the week after Goku was there, John Cena's over here.
John Cena.
And
the game is a meme. The game is a fucking living meme. The game is a living meme. Oh my god, John Cena, fuck.
I mean, it really is just something where I'm like, John Cena's up in here now, and
how is this real?
They do such a good job on all of these characters that you just think to yourself like, really, like,
how is this game real?
How is it, and how do they keep making more and more? There's no limit outside of our imaginations and what they're marketing. Their talent team. I don't know what that team is. Acquisitions team.
How do they? Oh, fuck.
He's there, man.
All right, we got next to John Cena. So, all right, okay. So final word. You get to pick the next collab. What is it?
Next collab. Dang. I'm trying to think, man. You know what? No, that wouldn't work. Nintendo's the dream, and Shake, just give me Buffy the Vampire Slayer, I guess.
Wow, interesting choice.
I'm just like, give me Buffy or some 90s.
Interesting.
Some 90s TV show like that, 2000s, whatever. I would be like, oh, you know what? This is we're done now.
Okay.
I really don't know. So that's why I said Buffy, but that's not actually a bad idea.
Okay.
It's not a bad idea.
That's unexpected.
It's very unexpected. What about you? I'm going to think a little bit more.
Hey Arnold.
Freaking Nickelodeon.
Yeah. Just tiny Arnold with a fucking gun.
Why not just have freaking Reptar in there with Tommy Pickles
riding? There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. There we go.
The power, because they always had the power of a new imagination, just taking crazy adventures. That would be.
Yeah.
There's just so much. Powerpuff Girls would be awesome to see in this. Dexter's Lab. Freaking Dexter.
Yeah.
Oh.
The sky's the limit, man. Anything's possible now.
What's next? Fudge, man. I don't know. I really don't know. I honestly, it goes between. I think they go between promoting something like what's coming out next or what's coming
Uh-huh.
up next, and I guess whatever craziness they can think up. But it's always promotion related. It's so far it's always just been like kind of promotion related. So
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, the Dragon Ball Super movie. I mean, is Bleach gonna come? One Piece, I feel like is gonna come eventually. But
what
what about
you know
Bleach?
what so if they do One Piece or they do Bleach, I think like you said, right around the release of the second season or the final season, right?
The last season, yeah.
Or around like the very end of it, like and to celebrate Bleach's because this is Bleach's like 25th or third some anniversary like that this
Yeah,
year.
dude. Mm.
I think it comes around then, and then of course we have the One Piece. One Piece can come in a couple of different forms. One Piece can come within 5 years, is when it's supposed to end. Is when he keeps promising us.
It could come next summer because there's always a One Piece movie, right, in Japan?
Well, there's the One Piece Netflix show
Oh God, fuck.
that's
Oh,
coming,
God.
and I
What?
believe
Hey,
that
this is some monkey paw shit. Like, what if it is One Piece, but it's like the live action version of it?
it's the live action character. Well, I mean, like we've seen with Goku, like they took a lot of like all those characters, Goku, Vegeta, Bulma, and Beerus.
Yeah.
They took a lot of care into them, into the shell shading style with them. Some of the
No,
stuff
they're
looks
gonna do One Piece Netflix version.
if
They're
that's like
gonna do live action Luffy.
I mean, I guess if it's a kid with a straw hat,
That's
I got
monkey. That's some monkey paw shit. Like, oh, you get One Piece in Fortnite, but it's gonna be fucking live
Why
action
is
version.
Goku-
No, I think it's gonna probably come because there is gonna be a One Piece movie next year, right? There's a one every summer. Okay, this now
right now we're
it's
on
it's
red.
red. One Piece red.
Yeah.
Right.
Next summer
Yeah.
they it depends maybe. There's not always a One Piece movie every summer. They've been more frequent recently.
I
For
thought
sure.
yeah, I felt like they're really frequent. Yeah.
It's like every other summer. I
I
would
fucking
say.
hate seeing Goku do these dances. I hate it so much.
I'm gonna let it be in the back. Just let him just tootsie slide or whatever he got to do. Like
I
it's
hate
dynamite
watching these
sparkling.
dances.
Spark on Goku.
I hate it. Oh, it's so unnerving. It's so weird.
It's because like in some of the it's great. It's great. What is he doing? What you doing, Goku?
What the fuck is that?
This is why if you're not watching on YouTube, you need to go on ahead and watch on YouTube.
What is this?
This is pump up the jam. Pump, 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 pump it. I don't like honestly. That wasn't bad.
Okay.
No, there's a
Anyways,
Tootsie slide. There it is. Also, Goku making a sexy face is just like, wah, wah. Strange.
I kind of hate it.
Yeah. The more you stare at it, the more you realize that there's actually
unnerving. It's so unnerving.
Bro, there are 18 minutes of this.
Oh my god.
Like I can go to any part and it's gonna be something.
I could like
some
watch this on my
flapper
commute. I could watch this on my commute. Just watch Goku dance.
18,
Oh god.
18 minutes of this wonderful
Goku
fun.
emoting.
Yeah. I saw him doing the
All right.
Macarena after he finished somebody. We'll leave it at that. So,
What a game.
what a game. Fortnite. It's doing things that we never thought it would do.
Is somehow real, yeah.
Went from being just a building simulator type of tower defense thing to
whatever the fuck it is now.
whatever it is now. But yes.
It's a monster that can't be like, controlled anymore. Like I don't
it's a
think
true
Epic
monster.
is. Epic can't even. Yeah, don't even have a planet. It has a will of its own.
Feeding. It's just being fed to us. But what's not being fed to us is a commercial break because we're going to keep going. On to Sega.
That's right. Sure.
Yeah. So, I don't know. You brought this to my attention. I think I saw something about this and I was like, what? I just skipped over the news story. But do you want to introduce it? Sega doing whatever this is.
Yeah, this came out on the weekend in Japan. But Sega. I don't know if Sega announced it, but someone announced it. I think it was a company. This is a company that they're working with, from a company called Picture Start. I think.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Kind of announced that they're gonna be producing two different movies based off Sega properties, and those properties are Space Channel 5 and Comics Zone.
Which
so
the latter probably most people haven't heard of. I know I hadn't, and that's why this is one of those things where I think the Western side or whoever had the ideas for these, like I want to make a movie off of this, went to Sega, you know, to ask for approval. I feel like that's the case with this. I mean, so Space Channel 5, kind of a beloved cult classic game, you know, along with
it's on the PS2, right? Was that on Dreamcast as well, or just PS2?
I know it's on Dreamcast as well. Dreamcast.
Okay,
maybe
because I put it on PS2.
On PS2. Okay. But yeah, continue.
Yeah, so they are. This is probably going to be a couple years off, but so Sega and Picture Start, are announced that they're going to be making movies off Space Channel 5 and Comic Zone. I don't know if it's going to be like live action or anything. So it's an indie studio apparently. I have no it just says like they're going to adapt Space Channel 5 and Comic Zone. The Space Channel 5 apparently will be based heavily on the game, which will follow a hapless fast food worker who was recruited by a freedom reporter from the future to save the world from aliens using dances. That's like pretty much that's like Space Channel. That's Space Channel 5. Yeah.
Dances. Yeah. It says that they're going to be rebranding. I don't know if this part is true, but the story I'm on from Games Radar says they're going to be rebranding it just Channel 5, and that's of course can be changed. So maybe it doesn't have the weird space
channel part of it
stuff. I don't know.
Well, I mean, like they did have
there are aliens,
the future stuff.
Yeah.
And the Comic Zone is going to be, so Comic Zone, for anyone who doesn't know, I guess, is a Sega Genesis game where, if I'm remembering it correctly, because I played it as a kid actually, but it's about a comic writer who somehow gets sucked into the world of his own comic, and he has to like fight through the pages. If you haven't played the game, by the way, it's really cool. It has like a comic kind of style, so when you move to another area, it's like a page turn. It looks like a page is turning, but you're just like you're moving from one screen to the other. So it has a really cool like comic kind of aesthetic, and that's why I really liked it as a kid. But that's Comic Zone, and I guess there's gonna be a movie about it. I don't know what the plot is. I don't think anyone knows what the plot is, but so there's gonna be two different.
So it's
I mean, this could be years from now because there's a lot of movie adaptations even that were announced like years ago that still haven't even come to fruition. Metal Gear Solid is one, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Metal Gear Solid,
honestly, I'm surprised that just never. I mean, I guess here's the thing. Like, I know Last of Us was today. They had like the kind of first scenes from it shown in like an HBO
but
trailer.
That's definitely coming out though.
That's definitely coming out. And what I find interesting is like when I looked at it, I was like, it's just Last of Us, because that game is shot just like a movie. You know what I mean? And that's the same thing with Metal Gear. So that's why I'm like, man, I wonder why Metal Gear hasn't been like, why it just never actually
movie yet.
Yeah, because it pretty much is, I guess, but nothing can stop them from doing it.
I think the hardest part of making Metal Gear into a movie, Metal Gear Solid, the whole franchise, is just how long the narrative is.
Oh, because you have to. How do you want to like? How many movies do you want it to be? If it's 3 movies, then how do we go from? It would almost be like past, present, future.
Because I think let's say you just take Metal Gear Solid, the first one or the PlayStation one, right?
Yep.
Let's say you just take all the cutscenes and you put them together and you put them on YouTube. I'm pretty sure that's like 5 hours. That's like more than a standard movie.
Yeah, honestly, it is. It's a lot.
So yeah, I'm talking like all the codec and all the cutscenes, all the narrative parts. So basically, none of the sneaking. Well, some of the sneaking because you need like context, obviously, right?
Right.
But you need some of the sneaking and all the codec calls and all the talking and all the cutscenes. It's long. It's longer than a normal movie. So I think the challenge is when it comes to Metal Gear Solid is like how do you number one remain faithful? How do you tell the story that needs to be told? And how do you make it not long as shit? You know what I mean? Like
I
There's
think
just so much going on.
yeah, I mean, you end up cutting. What's good about these movies, and like when you told me about like the kind of like what they were doing for Sega, and it was like Space Channel 5 and then Comic Zone, and I'm like, even though I don't know Comic Zone, and I looked it up, and it's like it's a beat 'em up. It's one of those things where like, I'm like, yeah, these are kind of perfect for movies that were made in the 90s. Like these kind of they're not really summer blockbusters, but that they give me nostalgic feelings when I watch them. They're just kind of okay movies, but they're good. You said Comic Zone is about a comic creator who gets sucked into his own
Comic,
comics. Yeah, and so he's kind of like, I guess, fighting through the comics or whatever. And that's a cool concept that we've seen, unfortunately, too many times recently not done that well. People getting sucked into games and.
Oh, there's a Borderlands movie too. Holy shit, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think honestly, I think games now are just to the point where, and they've kind of been here, where you just can't ignore not making it into something else.
Yeah, so I don't know. Who knows when these movies will actually come out? I mean, oh yeah, there's a Mario movie coming out. Oh my god.
Yeah. Chris Pratt, he doing something.
Chris Pratt is Mario. But because I think Sega saw tremendous success with Sonic the Hedgehog 1 and 2.
They
right?
did, especially just rebranding that character.
Yeah, I mean, kudos to them for not releasing Sonic in his initial design, but so they saw a pretty good, decent, like good success with Sonic the Hedgehogs, and I think maybe now this is why they're more open to exploring other opportunities when it comes to film, right?
Yeah.
But like, sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, continue.
But like, yeah, so if we have Sonic the Hedgehog, which I mean, obviously, if Sega's gonna make a movie, Sonic makes sense as a good starting point, right?
Yeah.
But after Sonic, I was not expecting Space Channel 5 or Comic Zone. You know what I mean?
Those are very, Space Channel 5. Okay, sure, I can give that to you. I can even, Jet Set Radio. That would have been some kind
That
of.
one's sick. Yeah,
That would have been kind of fun.
Crazy. I would realistic. Like if I'm trying to be like safe, like if I'm thinking kind of like safe money making corporate, like safe bets kind of thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
The next movie to come out from Sega after Sonic, I would have been like,
Garden.
oh, like. Sorry, what?
The Chow Garden.
Oh God, no. I was thinking like Yakuza maybe.
That one's does that run into the issue that we just talked about with Metal Gear?
Too much story.
Too much, or is it really just you can
just
tell
too wacky.
You can just tell a one-off story about.
Yakuza yeah.
It's
Yeah. You could do a
honestly,
one. You could do. Yeah, you could do a one-off for sure, like some other random Gumi or whatever, right?
Yeah, and you kind of they interact, and sometimes fans kind of hate this, right? It's like you don't know who this main character is, but they interact with the characters from the game, right? It's
yeah, like maybe like Kiryu will show up somewhere in the movie, but he's not actually the main character.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I think it would work. I think it would work, right? I mean, because
very feasible.
I think it's flexible enough for them to write in some other random, some other random Gumi, like a smaller. What's the word for Yakuza? Like not a family. That's Italian. Oh, wait, you know what I'm thinking about?
The mafia, the mob.
Yeah, a family is like a mafia. What do they use in the actual Yakuza?
Oh, I don't know. A gang?
No, I think Gumi. Is it Gumi?
Oh, like they're an organization, I think.
So
right?
it would be it's a Gumi, right? Officially, like.
Yeah.
Okay. Is it? Sorry.
I think they're an organization type of deal.
Family yeah, but the actual like name for it, like the name of when you have your own
a tribe
office. I don't think it's tribe.
I'm going everywhere now. Just like. Oh.
But anyways, yeah. There's room for other branches. There's stories to be told there, right?
Yeah. And I mean, so there's a wealth of Yakuza movies. To kind of.
Yeah, for sure. Like not we're talking the genre of Yakuza crime, not Sega's franchise called Yakuza, right? There's a lot of Yakuza movies, so yeah. So if I were to make like a super safe bet about a movie to be made after Sonic, I would have been like, oh, Yakuza or something like that, or one of their like other big franchises. Like I was gonna say Super Monkey Ball, but it's a terrible idea.
That's here's the thing. Super Monkey Ball is a Netflix kids children's show that goes along with the Netflix Sonic show. And then we have Yakuza the drama or the movie, along with
Sure.
if Yakuza is the movie, we'll have a Fantasy Star space opera for Netflix, or like the online, either a movie or a series. I think a series would be great.
Yeah.
There they go. Go make it happen, Sega.
What didn't they also say that there was going to be a Persona movie?
I think we talked about that.
Yeah.
The potential of a Persona movie.
Persona movie or something.
Or Megaton, any of the Persona, that would be great. I think Persona works as a good drama. It depends on how wacky you get with it. If you get wacky,
because Persona, part of the charm of Persona is how funny it can get sometimes. But
I think it would be a great drama. Good drama, honestly.
Okay, but what would you pick for then as a movie, like after Sonic?
We'll look up some of my favorite Sega franchises, because it's been a while since I've been in the house of Sega. God, not
Shenmue.
No, not Shenmue. It had it shot. It shot it. It's done. Crazy Taxi would be kind of sick.
How would you make a Crazy Taxi movie?
It's like one of those any of those adrenaline type movies, right?
So where it's like fucking Crank.
It's like Crank. It's Crank, basically.
He's trapped inside the car, and he has to deliver passengers. Is what you're saying? Yes. He has to like. Oh my god. He has like a bomb. He has like a bomb inside of him, and like every passenger he safely delivers extends his timer.
I'm just saying, they don't have, like, Sega does not have the best they do not have the best, like, outside of Yakuza or something, like things you want to translate into movies. Like a lot of their properties, like you want to translate Gunstar Heroes, Golden Axe, or what the heck is this? Dragon Force, or like they have a lot of good beat 'em ups and stuff. Cyber Troopers, like Virtual On, like they have great stuff for like a good TV show in various ways. But a movie, I don't know, man. Jet Set, like they get kind of funky.
So I'm still imagining a Crazy Taxi, like gritty movie where the driver has a bomb strapped inside of him or something, and he like has to deliver passengers.
It works every time. It's
that
always
explains
a rush.
Like the ramp where it's like, no, you can't go off that ramp, and it's like I have to save time, and he like launches off the ramp. Or something.
I mean, what Sakura Wars would be like the period piece or something? Like seriously, Sega, what do you have honestly, Seaman? What's gonna happen?
Wait, what? That's a clip. Someone clipped that right now. What do you have, Sega? Seaman? That's the name of this fucking episode. That's the name of this episode. Oh my god. Oh my god.
For anyone who doesn't remember Seaman.
Is that Sega though?
It's from what it's showing here, because it was only on Dreamcast. I don't know.
It is Sega. It is Sega.
Fine, Streets of Rage is probably the best.
Streets of Rage might work, yeah.
That's probably the best bet. It's had recent things come out. House of the Dead would be a good one.
Wait, is that already a movie? Like a Western movie? Didn't they already make it? They already made House of the Dead movie.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like terrible. I'm pretty sure, right? I swear to God, I remember this House of the Dead movie. Yeah, it's a real fucking movie. They made a sequel apparently.
I mean, I guess after that we just have what is this, Virtual Fighter? Yeah, Virtual Fighter for like the fighting type stuff. That can happen. I don't know about Valkyria Chronicles. I don't think breasts are that big these days.
I love that game, but I don't know if that would make a good movie.
It's just a generic. I mean, it's a war story, but it has weird. It's got a twist. It's got a twist in it.
Yeah, it was also an anime game, so it all has the obligatory hot springs scene.
Well, I mean, you don't have to put the hot springs in there.
You have into the movie. You mean
into the movie? I mean,
no.
You can't even make the characters as big as they should be. You know what I mean?
For the movie?
Yeah.
Because it's ungodly. It's unnaturally human proportions. Yeah.
Some of them are just ungodly proportions.
Yeah, that's not even possible. I think. Yeah.
If you ever thought One Piece was extreme, nah, bro.
Yeah, you need to see some of the fucking character designs from Valkyrie Chronicles. Yeah.
But honestly, yeah, Streets of Rage would be a good one
Streets of Rage might work. Yeah, I agree.
Really well known, and maybe or Yakuza. I think those are.
Yakuza is generally a safe bet because it takes place on planet Earth in a real city. It takes place in Tokyo,
Japan.
right? Yeah, it's Osaka, Tokyo. I'm pretty sure there was one where they go to Sapporo. Yeah, there's a Sapporo part of it as well. Yakuza 6, I think. Yeah.
And you can literally make those the 3 movies if you wanted to.
Yeah, so Yakuza works, but when we're talking stuff like Echo the Dolphin, you probably don't want to do that, right?
I mean, we did have Free Willy.
It's a little
Finding
different,
Nemo.
I think. You know what? Fuck it, sure. Echo the Dolphin. Let's do it. Let's do Echo the Dolphin.
That's how we get it back. Echo. Finally.
Dynamite Heady. Did you ever play Dynamite Heady?
No.
You know what it is, all right?
I don't even know what that is.
It's a treasure game. They made, the guys behind Gunstar Heroes. It's a treasure game. It's good.
I mean,
it's like a legitimately good game.
Treasure was good. I think we talked about them.
Yeah.
They have nothing going on, but.
Yeah, they don't make games anymore, but damn, did they used to make games?
Did they used to make games? I think Nintendo fired them.
Dynamite Heady is another treasure game for the Genesis. So they did Gunstar Heroes and Dynamite Heady and... Well, I mean, years later they did Ikoruko, which is also a really good game. But yeah, that's another treasure game. So if you haven't played... Here's what you need to do after this podcast. You need to play a little bit of Comic Zone, and you need to play a little bit of Dynamite Heady.
Now, I'm over here multitasking, looking up this Comic Zone gameplay.
Oh, you're looking up the game Comic Zone. It's like a beat 'em up. It's like a normal, typical. I mean, if you played a video game in the 90s, chances are you played a few beat 'em ups, right?
Yeah. Shout out to HD 8-bit for this gameplay, and Sega, I guess.
For making the game.
For making the game. I mean, it does look cool. Like I gotta say, like it's a very vibrant art style. Like you said, he's busting them through the panels, I guess.
Yeah, that's sick.
And he's just like, man, this is for real. Come on. There's just like dialogue here, but like the dialogue's, in the text bubbles, and that's pretty cool. Like they did a good job on the art style.
Yeah, it's a pretty fun game. So.
Oh, and you can choose. Oh, that is cool. That is cool. You can like choose which panel to go to.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That is honestly that's cool.
Yeah, you should play this game, man. It's pretty fun.
And the way he hops through it.
Yeah, because he what's the word? He like moves around the. You know what I mean? Like yeah.
Yeah. I wonder if this is on Steam, like in one of their collections.
It is.
Oh, okay. Yeah, this seems like a fun game to like just kind of go through over the weekend on stream or something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, we should probably wrap it up. And of course, speaking of stream, where can they find you? Where are your socials? Where can they find you?
Yeah, you can check me out on Twitch at twitch.tv/root24 playing Super Mario RPG right now. So just started like last week, and I'll be done in probably in like 2-3 weeks to my typical game playing pace. So if you like classic RPGs or you just want to talk about life in Japan or whatever, you can come hang out.
The good stuff. It's always a good stream. Always fun there. Always relaxing. So definitely go ahead and check it out. Check out Alex's stream. It's a good time. And yeah, you can find me also on Twitch at NinjaTrix, NinjaTrix. Currently streaming the Quarry and BioShock.
Oh, really? Yeah. Cool.
Yeah. Quarry is... I'm trying to keep these dumb teenagers alive, man. It's
not gonna happen, man. It's not gonna happen.
I'm working hard, but I mean, there's a lot of different options in that game, which surprised me. You can just put it on movie mode and just watch it.
Oh, really?
You can watch it where everyone lives or everyone dies, or you can watch it as the director and like basically plan out who lives, who dies, the scenarios. Basically, just make it your own.
Oh, that's cool, actually.
Yeah, there's a lot of different options. I wish I like could play it couch co-op because there is couch co-op in it, pass the controller and stuff like that. But yeah, go ahead, hop by either of our streams, and yeah, go find Seaman.
What do you have, Sega? Huh? Seaman?
There's 2 of those games, 1 and 2.
Oh yeah. Oh god. That's funny.
Oh man.
Yeah, that's the name of the fucking episode right there. What do you have, huh?
Making that a clip, making us the money. But yeah, anyways, we'll catch you all next week for episode number 145 of the Unknown Games Show. I guess we're going to have a Tokyo Game Show episode.
You said the Unknown Games Show. You messed up our own podcast name.
Well, the Unknown Games Podcast, where
we might talk about Tokyo Game Show in a few weeks, yeah.
There we go, because Mike couldn't speak. Anyways.
TGS is coming up in a couple weeks here, and we might talk about that, I guess. Might do a pre-show. We'll definitely do a post-show.
Yeah, we'll definitely do a post-show. Maybe if we do a pre-show, maybe we can get some of the crew together.
Talk about like what we think might be there, whatever.
Yeah.
And then we do a post-show about what we thought about TGS, and if either of us get sick or both of us get sick.
God, I hope not. I really hope not. I really hope not. I'm looking forward to trying to dodge anything, but anyways.
I got sick every year at TGS when there wasn't a pandemic, so God help me, you know what I mean? Like,
I mean, everyone will have masks on.
I don't know if that'll help. Maybe it will help, actually, yeah.
Yeah, open environment.
All right, we'll see.
Hope for the best. Anyways, we'll catch you all later. You set the tone, go play some games, and we'll catch you next week.
All right, peace.
Peace.